I did that. Okay. Okay. I think it's good. Okay. Hi. Thank you for joining me here at Cosmic Chit Chat and Chit Chit Chill. This is Prophetess Coco. Mm. Life and death is in the power of my tongue, and I choose to speak with truth, compassion, and most importantly, love. Shabbat Shalom, Shalom Aleichem, Happy TGIF, all the good things. Okay? I hope you had a good week. Um, and whatever good means to you, because everybody thinks a good week just means you should have been full of good news, and while those things are great, right? Um, just that it was relatively good, right? Did you let the Most High God get into your spirit this week? Did you learn something? Did you apply what you learned? And it made you feel more connected to the Most High God? Did it lift your spirit up? Did it change your frequency? Did it make you vibrate just a little bit different, right? Yeah? Good. Okay. Um, I had to get some rest. I was supposed to be on, and I did. I set my alarm, it went off and everything, to come on last night and possibly the night before. It's a blur. It's a blur. I spent a lot of this week. I spent a lot of this week in prayer. A lot of prayer. Um, do you want to get into that? Sorry, y'all. I didn't know what God was going to ask me to talk about, as usual. We kind of wait till, the Most High puts you on the spot. Right? But that's when you're most authentic and when the real conversations happen, right? Right. That's what we're here for, chit chat. Let me make sure. Okay. I'm trying to double shoot. I am. We gonna figure it out. Um, um, I don't know. Give me the words. Give me the words. Lord, give me the words. To present the message in a way that is received by who's meant to receive it in the most positive way they're meant to receive it, and that the growth that you desire, God, occurs with it. Amen. Insalaha. Samotebi. Okay. Um, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Okay. um, I got a download about uh well, afterwards. So it's not really a I mean, it is a download technically. Let me get to it. Sorry. I'm trying to get my thoughts in order. So, um I blasted myself out with a certain frequency before hopping on here. I can feel a little bit of that still there, but it's intentional. Okay. So bear with me. We're gonna balance out. Um, I worked with my I call it my dead deck. Okay. The deck is called the Beloved Dead. Okay. Um, okay. Very cryptic. Not super cryptic, but just enough. But I use it only with the dead. Uh versus most of the other decks being for the living collective. Okay. So in pulling on the Beloved Dead deck, I'm asking what the collective energy is for the dead that are here to assist and to give messages. Okay. Um, so in pulling them today, what I got literally was the prophecy card. Now, I know the preference would have been that I just shook this up and I passed it out, but I was meditating when this happened. So, what should happen with the rest of the decks, it'll line up just like everything else does. But this is the prophecy, right? Here she is right there, sitting at the table, all the good things. Oh my God, it's me from another lifetime. Like kidding, but not kidding. Kidding, but not kidding. I know I've been here like 10, 11 lifetimes. I know for sure that I have been. Um, that comes with a certain amount of stuff, right? Right. So, the Dead Collective is wanting to have a conversation about prophecy, right? Prophecy is not a bad thing. People say it and you get, oh my God. Okay. Prophecy really just means a little bit of foresight. Okay. Um, well, let me not lie. It's a lot of foresight. But um, what I was hearing with prophecy was not the matter of prophecy, but a matter of self-fulfilling prophecy, which, depending on what you did with it, right, can really just be self-sabotage. Okay. Um, they didn't give me a name, and I'm grateful because it just sounded strange. But I'm going to give you the scenario um, that they gave me because it kind of touches base with it kind of bumps along also with those that are trying to do destiny swaps and those type of things, right? So, self-fulfilling prophecy can be as simple as the smallest manifestations with which is the simple ones, the abracadabra shit type shit where it is uh is that the best one? What's the simplest one? The simplest one would be like I have a job interview, right? Oh. I'm sorry, y'all. All my incense has stopped burning, and I have this strange flower scent that just ran right in front of my face. Oh, wow. Okay, okay. I'm sorry. So, job. I have the interview where you should go in positive. You know the job. You got the job, right? You go in with the very basic of, man, I hope I get this job. Man, I hope right. So there's a certain amount of energy you've already put out into the atmosphere. Okay. So depending on your vibration, the cosmos, the most high God, is going to give it back to you. It's going to reciprocate that, as above, so below. So if you put out the negative, you're going to get the negative. If you put out some more positive, you're going to get something positive. That's the basics, right? But in self-fulfilling prophecies, right, where we try to tip over into that destiny swap, let me poke around in people's records, blah, 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 which seems to be the Dead Collective's concern. Okay. Give the example of okay. Um, right? I don't want to be insulting because I don't know who this is. And I don't know if they're doing it intentionally or if they really believe um, what they heard. Okay. So I'm going to say it. I pray no offense is taken if that person happens to be on here because that's not the purpose. The purpose is to help growth and to clear out that weird energy. Okay. So what I heard is someone has been so hard pressed and deep into tarot land with these 50 million readings. Okay. It's a young lady. Okay. This young lady received a reading that told her, um, not the, okay, you're right. This young lady watched a reading concerning her sun sign. Okay. Um, that told her there was some wealthy person um, that was watching her, looking for her, seeking for her, something of that nature, but that this person is out there for whomever it is it requires to. Let me say it that way, okay? So, um, this person, okay, in a very self-fulfilling prophecy way, okay, goes out of their way to put themselves in the direct path of whoever they thought this wealthy man is, in hopes of being seen, um, talked to, or I'm not quite sure what it is she believed was going to happen, right? Um, they're saying she continued to put herself in this person's path, okay? And it turned into stalking because this person, this wealthy man that she's focused on is not focused on her. He does not know she exists. He doesn't know any yeah, he doesn't know anything about the spiritual world or spiritual community. He's literally like do 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 do. He's out of it. He has no idea this stuff is happening. Okay. He is aware of some emails. He is aware of some WhatsApps or something like that. Like she's tried to contact him in an effort to bring forth what she believes is a prophecy over her. Now, why she believes specifically it's for her, don't know. Here is where I caution some of these the readers, right? All money is not good money. All money is not good money. What I heard is this young lady started off with just a random read she found, okay? For whatever reason, yes, she did convince herself that it was self-fulfilling, that she was just going to have to do her part and it would happen and she would go live happily ever after with whoever this is, okay? This person went to other readers. She paid, okay? They listened to her, they talked to her, they even figured out what which gentleman it is that she was stalking. And instead of telling her that the prophecy that she thought or the reading it is that she thought applied to her was not for her, they took her money and they let her go. We are not here to tell people what they want to hear. We are here to tell people what they need to hear. That's the job. And it's not always pleasant. Let's be real, right? We have to build up a certain amount of empathy and a certain amount of compassion, and we have to be able to balance it to give the message. You know, that adage, don't shoot the messenger. No, seriously, don't shoot the messenger. We are vessels. We are conduits. Okay. We are not out here passing off prophecies for the sake of passing off prophecies. Most of us don't even call it that. We're just going to tell you we got to download and we're going to keep it moving. Okay. But there's something real specific about the word prophecy, because whoever the young lady is, she genuinely believed that that's what she was supposed to do. Well, the end, the moral of the story is, right? Um, she never gets with this person that doesn't know she exists and knows nothing about said prophecy. So now she's mad and she feels like these readers and lied to her and then took her money, and now she paying other readers to attack other readers because this self-fulfilling prophecy, okay, didn't happen. It is sad. Again, I don't know why the young lady would have done such a thing. I can't speak for her mental state. I can't speak for her circumstances. Again, the message I'm getting is from the Dead Collective saying they watched this. I haven't been given a name. I haven't been given a time frame. I'm only been given a scenario. But it's a pretty, considering the world today, you can see, right? Where that's just so crazy. It is. I meant what I said the other night. Pray for them. Ain't no telling how many readers just new, let me say real readers. You have actual gifts. If you have actual gifts and you came in contact with that young lady, you have a responsibility to tell her the truth. And if you're not going to tell her the truth, give them the money back and send them on their way. All money is not good money. I can guarantee you both sides lost out on money for that. Okay. Um, the Bible tells you you're responsible for every soul. Okay. You are responsible for every single soul that you feed. So I can tell you for a fact, if you called yourself a leader in any capacity, if you called yourself a prophet or prophetess, if you called yourself a priest or priestess, you know what that comes with. And you know you're responsible for each and every soul. We here to save souls. All the souls, dead and alive. But we got to do it with truth. We got to do it with love and compassion. It was not compassion to take that young girl's money and not tell her, hey, you know, in the beginning of the readings, when they say, hey, if it does not naturally resonate with you, please don't try to make it fit. And she went out of her way to go make it fit. That ends up in a stalking charge. That is far from being with Mr. Rich Gentleman in whatever capacity. Okay. Did I mess up, Lord? I just want to make sure I said it right. Collective, did I say it right? Okay. All right. So, prophecy, self-fulfilling prophecy. Okay. We want to be careful out here on these spiritual streets. We want to be careful out here on the spiritual streets, and we want to be accountable on these spiritual streets. We want to be helpful on these spiritual streets. We are responsible for cleanup. We are. We really are. If you went into the hair salon and they cut your hair, they're responsible for the hair that fell on the floor too, right? We're responsible for cleanup too. We got our part. It's a small one, but we got our part. That could have been cleaned up. It would have been better to go ahead and tell that young lady, listen, maybe the other readers did not tell you, okay, that that's not about you. Let me give you a real reading about you. Like, let me tap into you and tell you what you really need. That's the job. That's the job. It could be a thankless job sometime, but that's okay. God thanks us. God's payroll. God thanks us. Okay. We really do it for the love of the Most High God, not for the likes. And you could tell which ones. We love to be on here and talk to y'all. We do. Like we love to be on here and talk to y'all. We might not be out here all the time, but we love when we get on here. It's genuine. We love to be on here and talk to y'all. We want to get you to God. We want to make sure you stay with God. Okay. What else, team, do we want to talk to you about self-fulfilling prophecies? Because again, that was a hard one to listen to. Like y'all, they talked to me about it earlier in the day. I said this morning I spent time in prayer. And they gave me a lot of details for that particular scenario that I'm not able to share. You just need the gist of it, right? But that's a lot to unpack. It is. It's a lot to unpack. It really is. How do we get there? When we say if it don't naturally resonate, don't try to make it fit. We really do mean that. Most of the messages we're going to give is collective, and that's when we tell you get a reading so we can tap into just you. I love the live simply because it records better than me trying to record on the regular, make sure it's got enough, memory space, take the time to download it later. This is just much quicker. This is much quicker. And if you ever hopped on here for a live, I could answer your questions, but then everybody's going to see it, right? So I still have to I'm going to give you an answer, but it's going to be a collective answer. I got to take your energy and plus any other energy that happens to be present on the live if I'm just randomly answering questions as it is, right? Can I take the time to tap into you? Yes, but I got to tap out of everybody else that's on the live too. Book a reading. Book a reading. Tip your readers. Donate to your readers, whatever. Okay. Don't cause yourself sleepless nights over something that genuinely may not have anything to do with you. I can see how does she got there, but at some point there a little bit of reality's got to come in there. From the way that the dead, excuse me, the way that the collective explained it,